year 4. How nice to see you all. Hope you're all well, keeping busy, managing to have a bit of fun. Rusty and I have been having some fun today. We were playing hairdressers, and then we were talking about how it's been such a long time, hasn't it, since we've managed to get out for normal things like haircuts, but hopefully it won't be too much longer. So anyway, this week's story, I'm going to read you a lovely story called Poppet, all about an elephant who's a bit frightened of mice, which seems really funny, doesn't it, when one's really big and one's really small, but never mind. Anyway, settle yourselves down, get comfortable, and here we go. Poppet. Chapter 1. When Poppet was born, he had absolutely no idea what sort of an animal he was. He looked around and saw that he was surrounded by a forest of legs. Huge legs! They were thick and tall and greyish in colour, with huge feet on the end of them. Poppet looked up and saw on the top of these huge legs and huge bodies were huge heads and huge ears and amazingly huge long noses. In fact, he was looking up at his mother and a number of his aunties, who had all come along to inspect this new baby. "Oh," said one auntie, "isn't he a Poppet?" The baby's mother looked extremely pleased. "What are you going to call him?" asked another auntie. The baby's mother, whose own name was Uma, said, "I don't know. I haven't had time to think." And then she thought for a bit. And then she said, "But now I do know. I'll call him Poppet." As she put the tip of her trunk against one of the baby's ears and whispered, "Hello, baby. I'm your mum, and your name is Poppet." Poppet looked up at Uma and the other huge animals and said, "Please, what sort of animals are you?" "Elephants," said Uma. "We're African elephants." "Oh," said Poppet, "but you said you were my mum." "Yes." "So does that make me an African elephant?" "Yes." Poppet looked puzzled. There must be some mistake, he thought. "But you're enormous," he said, "and I'm very small. We can't be the same sort of animal." "Oh, yes, we are," said Uma. "It's just that you're a baby elephant." "But you'll grow," said one of your aunties. "And grow," said another. "And grow, and grow, and grow, and grow, until you're as big as we are." "You might even be bigger one day," said Uma. "Tomorrow," said Poppet, and all the aunties laughed. Quietly making snuffly noises in their trunks before moving slowly and heavily away, leaving mother and baby all alone. Chapter 2. "No, not tomorrow, Poppet," said Uma gently. "Elephants take a long time to grow to full size, but you'll get there one day. There's nothing to stop you, for we are too big and our skins are too thick for anything else in Africa to hurt us, except 2. "What are they, ma'am?" asked Poppet. "One," said Uma, "is a monkey-like thing called man. Men kill elephants. Why? For their tusks." "What are tusks?" "Great big long teeth that elephants have, like these 2 of mine." "I haven't got any." Well, you will, but you should be all right because we live in a special place called a reserve where elephants are protected. Oh, okay, said Poppet. But you said there were 2 creatures. 2 creatures that could hurt us. What's the other one beside a man? A mouse, said Uma. Oh, said Poppet. Are they even bigger and stronger than us, these mouses? Mice, said Uma, are very small, and what's more, mice live in holes, and that's the trouble. She stretched out her long trunk till the tip of it was right in front of Poppet's face. What do you see, Poppet? A hole, said Poppet. Then Uma, speaking slowly and solemnly, repeated to her newborn child the old elephant wife's tale that her mother had told her when she was a baby. A tale in which she had always believed. Poppet, my son, she said. First, never have anything to do with mice. Second, if you should be unfortunate enough to meet one, keep your trunk curled up out of the way. Never, never put the tip of it anywhere near a mouse. Otherwise, the most dreadful thing imaginable will happen to you. What's that? Said Poppet. The mouse will run up the inside of your trunk. Poppet thought about this for the rest of the day. For the rest of the first day of his life, in fact. He imagined this thing called a mouse running along the inside of his trunk, and he did not like the thought of it at all. Suppose one did, how would he get rid of it? Blow it out, he supposed, and every so often for the rest of the day he blew very hard and suddenly down his trunk, just in case one of the awful creatures had somehow crept in. I don't even know what they look like, he thought. Only that they're small. The next morning, while the elephant herd was browsing upon the leaves of some large trees, Poppet was standing beside his mother when he saw a strange animal moving about on the bark of the trees. What it was he didn't know, but it was certainly small. Carefully curling his trunk up out of harm's way, Poppet bent his head towards it. Close up he could see that the creature, though small, was long, with great many joints to its dark brown body and great many legs. Perfect for crawling up elephants' trunks, he thought. I bet you are one, he said politely. Excuse me, but are you a mouse? A mouse, said the creature. Yes, I thought you might be. Are you joking? Pull the other one. Other what? Leg. What does it mean, Poppet thought? He's got hundreds of legs. Well, if you're not a mouse, what are you? I'm a giant millipede, he said. A giant? Oh, stop taking the mickey, said the millipede huffily. You knew all the time, didn't you? I can tell. I wasn't born yesterday. I was, said Poppet as the giant millipede rippled away. But anyway, I've learnt something. That wasn't a mouse. In the days and weeks that followed, he asked quite a number of creatures whether they were mice. He asked beetles and grubs and worms and caterpillars and little lizards and small frogs, and some replied jokingly and some replied angrily and some didn't answer. till at last Poppet rather forgot about his mother's dire warning and gave himself up to enjoying the carefree life of a baby elephant. He used his trunk for reaching up and pulling down leaves and twigs, and for sucking up water when the herd went to the river to drink, and blowing water all over himself. When he was nice and wet, he'd then go to a dusty place and use his trunk to give himself a dust bath, so that he finished up beautifully muddy. Then he'd go back to the river and have a lovely bathe, going right under the water with just the tip of his trunk sticking above the surface like a snorkel. A trunk, Poppet decided, was a brilliant thing to have. As for mice, he never thought about them any more. Then one hot afternoon, when he was about a month old and his mother and all his aunties were standing resting in the shade, Poppet wandered off a little way exploring. I'm going to stop there. Click straight on to part 2 and we'll continue the story.